Tomorrow we're finally getting Haze Reverb on the global version, so let's talk a little bit about Reroll, and I'll make a separate video going over the tier list and low rarity characters that are really good. So, as usual, hello the internets, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. Today, a Reroll guide for Haze Reverb. I'm gonna be honest, for most people it's not gonna be worth rerolling for one simple reason, and that is that you do not unlock the first banner until you finish your infinite reroll. And now the infinite reroll, the other problem that it has, is that it's not infinite. If I remember correctly, the Taiwanese version was longer. On the Japanese version, which is the one we're getting, we have less characters to get on the infinite reroll, and you have a limited amount of times you can reroll. I believe it's 30. Maybe it's infinite. If it's infinite, perfect. If it's 30, it is what it is. Now, once again, the Japanese version has only 3 characters. And there is only 2 that I would recommend rolling for because they are the strongest ones. In fact, I'm going to be opening the tier list so you guys can actually see it, even though we'll make a separate video for this. But if I come here to the tier list, you'll see that the only 2 characters worth rerolling for are Alice, which is this one right here on the middle, right? The girl on the middle, or Koko Rokami, or whatever the fuck her name is. This one right here, this is the girl on the left that I went for on the Chinese version myself, and I've been enjoying using her since day one, okay? I like her, but I think I'm gonna be going for Alice this time, just for a change, okay? Just for a little bit of a change. So let's talk a little bit about the tier list, okay? Because this is divided into PvP, into bosses and raids, and into campaign. So let's go over all of these things and see where Alice and where Coco are actually positioned on this tier list. They're going to be doing on the middle because they are damage dealers. As you can see, for PvP, both are T1. You have Coco on the left and you have Alice on the right, okay? So one is here and the other one is here on the left. Both are T1, so that's nice if you care about PvP. When we talk about bosses specifically, right, so bosses, there is a lot of raids. Every 2 weeks, we're going to be getting a new raid. It depends on what the global version is going to be, but every couple of weeks, we're going to be getting a new raid where you can get free currency, which is nice, and there is a ranking as well. So, if you care about this raid, as you can see, Alice is actually a T2 character, which is pretty good, right? It's pretty decent. And then Coco should be a lot lower. Where is Coco? There it is. She's a T3 character, I believe. So right here, just below. So for bosses, Alice is going to be a little bit better. That's what I think I'm going to be going for her this time. Because PvP doesn't matter. They are the same. For PvE, or at least for bosses, Alice is a little bit better. And for campaign specifically, so campaign talking about only that, as you can see, Coco is actually a T1 character, while Alice is a T2 character. T2 characters are still like really good characters, by the way, just in case someone thinks, oh, T2 is bad now. It goes up to all the way down to T6. So don't worry too much. T2 is perfectly fine, all right? So, like I was saying, even though there is 5 characters to reroll for, only 3 on the Japanese version and for us in global, the only 2 that I would consider rerolling for are going to be both Alice and Coco. Like I was saying, you will have also a written version on the website, link in the description. But Alice, really strong character, even nowadays, for everything, right? She needs high investment. That's like the only thing that you will need to worry about, getting dupes or properly building her, which is fine, right? She's a late bloomer, and you also need a couple support, or at least a good support that can buff her to actually go full in. And then you also have Coco, which you can see, powerful DPS that will carry you through most of the campaign without any issues at launch. The other characters are not as good. And the reason for this, because this game, most of the really good characters come afterward. Not only they come afterward, but there is so many low rarity characters you can use to clear everything that you don't really need to worry about that. So, once again, I think it's about 30 rerolls. You have 2 options to go for, in my opinion, that are worth going for. One is going to be Coco, the other one is going to be Alice. From those 2, pick your favorite or just go with whatever waifu you have and go with that. On the reroll, there is also another character that I have not personally used a lot, which is this one right here. I don't like her personally. Once again, it's not that she's bad, it's just that I do not like her design. So I'll probably go for Alice, or if I get a good pull with Coco, I might do that as well. Now, it's important also to remember the last thing, that if you're going to be rerolling, you also want to get a couple good low rarity characters on your infinite reroll. And for that, I'll make a separate video so I can go through which ones are the really, really strong ones that you should be focusing on day one. There is a lot of low rarity characters in this game that are meta. And when I say meta, like I really mean like meta on absolutely everything. If I go to the tier list and you go here into the campaign, you see this girl on the left. This is a 1-star character right here. Like she's a 1-star character. And if you go into PvP as well, she's right there alone. For bosses, she does not work, but again, we'll make a separate video for this. So all that said, that's gonna be it for the reroll guide. Short videos as usual. We're gonna be rerolling tomorrow when the game comes out. Feel free to come to the streams and have a great time. Have a good day, bossos, and see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことです。